What's up YouTube, RJ here from Swim Collectibles, back at it again. Join me as we unbox and review this amazing Pokemon statue coming up next. Alright guys, so as you can see, we can appreciate better the official art of this statue. Okay, looks amazing. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna unbox it real quick here for you guys so we can just get to it. Side, and then we're going to go ahead and flip it like this. We're going to go ahead and start opening it.
Alright, so I went ahead and sped up this part of the video since I know it can be time consuming, and I appreciate your time. As I was cutting the tape off the foam protector and lifted it, I realized that some parts were missing and saw that there was a thinner layer of foam on top of that one, holding the smaller pieces of the statue. Here we can get a good look at Pidgeotto and some pieces that belong to Venusaur. We can also have a good look here at Blastoise on our right, and now we got Venusaur to our left. Alright, so here we have a better look at the bigger contents of this statue. We can have a good look here at Charizard and Mewtwo, some of the clash effects and some flame effects from Charizard too. We have a good look at the base, which is pretty big, and look at it compared to my hand. I think it's pretty safe to say we should start the assembly of this statue.
All right, everybody, and so we are done. Oh my God, this was a piece of work. This has been by far the hardest statue I have had to assemble. Even with the instructions, some pieces were just very hard to get into those pegs. Some of those shard flames that we can see right here, they were hard to peg in. Now, with the water blast from Blastoise, as you can see, they're kind of wobbly. This one as well, if I wobble it a little bit, it's just gonna fall. Now I do have this extra piece of flame from Charizard. Unfortunately, the instructions said that it has to be glued in. So eventually I'll just glue it in. It's actually supposed to go somewhere in the front at around here, but right now I don't have the glue with me, and to be honest, you can barely notice it. So you can choose to display without this. This is how it would look, and to me it looks just fine. Now, going into the details of the actual statue, I mean, it's really great. Like, this thing is pretty heavy. I don't even know how I'm gonna get it off off of the table without anything falling. These clash effects right here, they're all plastic, so they do seem a little cheap, but to be honest, it looks great. Now, Mewtwo, oh my God, he looks just so menacing. Let me get him here on the center so you guys can see him. Oh my God, he is amazing. There was two versions of this statue. You could have the regular version that is just the regular starters, and then there's the cloned starters, which is the one I went for, which was the exclusive. It was only like a $20 difference, so to me it's definitely worth it. To be honest, I was very excited for the statue, and pictures just do not do it justice, not one bit. This is 1/6 scale. I'm not sure whether or not it came in a 1/4. It would be basically bigger, obviously, but harder to get off of a table, like I'm thinking right now, because this is just super heavy. I can barely move it on the Lazy Susan right here. I'm trying to move it, and even the whole table moves with it. So it's definitely a fun statue. Favorite GK, look them up on Instagram. You can also search their website, favoриtegk.com. I'm not sure whether or not they still have it. I'll post the link to it if they do, so you guys can take a look at it and grab it as well. But I mean, I get all my statues from Favorite GK. I've gotten, this is the second one already, and I have like probably 3 or 4 that we just don't know when they're gonna come. And let me tell you, the shipping is pretty cheap at a comparable price to some other statue distributors, and they have great customer service. So I really appreciate doing business with them, and hopefully we can continue to do business. This is great. And guys, I've waited so long for this statue. I just cannot believe it's already here. I cannot believe I'm unboxing it here for you guys. This is amazing. Here are some close-ups. All right, enjoy. All right, everybody, here are some close-ups of this amazing statue. Let's hit some pros and some cons about this statue while we're at it. So we got these clear resin right here with Blastoise. Would you look at that? I mean, it looks like a little drop of water. It looks amazing. And if we take a good look here at this water wave from Blastoise, it's really good. This water wave actually does a great job of hiding that seam right there. I mean, you can barely see it, right? So this is probably one of my favorite parts of this statue. It just makes it flow so nice. Speaking of things that flow so nice, let's take a look at Venusaur here. He looks like he's actually looking at us, and he's mad at us. He's planning to launch an attack at us with his beat right here. I mean, oh my God. And also look at that detail they got on him.
Oh, jeez. This is just so great. So great. Now, I think on Venusaur is one of those Pokemons here in this statue where you can also appreciate more the clone marks. On him, they were pretty clean. But if we move over here to Blastoise, they weren't necessarily all that clean, which is okay. Same with the eyes here. But in my opinion, I mean, from afar, you can barely notice it. Same here with Charizard. He looks just amazing as always. I know there's a ton of Charizard fans out there, including me. So it's just great to have him here in my collection. And what a way to be represented, right? This is just an iconic piece from the Pokemon movie. And this is also the exclusive version of this statue. There is a regular version with just the regular starters, which I'm going to show now. And to be quite honest with you, this is the only way to go. This version of the statue is what makes it actually tell a story. I think it complements Mewtwo being a part of this statue so much. And to me, it's just the way to go, as I said before. Now, Mewtwo, he looks great. Now, when we talk about Mewtwo, we're going to look into some cons of this statue, right? So, here's the thing. Look at that seam right there. Right here. Okay? We have a seam right there, and I know a lot of people really do not like seams. And we have one here as well with Mew. You can see it right there. It's pretty visible. Now, I'm not one that really makes a big deal out of seams, but I know a lot of people do care for them. Now, I mentioned before the water wave effect, which is great. And this is one of the reasons why you would want to go with clear resin, because it just gives such a nice level of detail. Now, it does give detail, but it also gives those other details that you really don't want to see, like the magnets on the statue. You can see one to the side right there as well. So far, these are the only two that I have been able to spot, right? But it's just something that on my previous video on the Green Lantern one, that's actually right here. If you haven't checked this video, check it out. To be honest, clear resin is a 50-50 chance at every statue that you get. You're going to see some things that you don't want to see, but you're also going to get some dynamic in the statue. Now, speaking of things you don't want to see, here we got Pikachu here with his peg that you can see right here. This is his peg right here. And he's not even pegged in all the way, as you can see. So you can actually choose to display this statue without Pikachu, and you really would not notice one bit. All right. Now, to be quite honest with you, I'm going to get my Pokemon card revoked because I'm not really much of a Pikachu fan. So I'm actually thinking of just getting him out of the display, because seeing that peg there is starting to bother me a little bit. And also those lightning bolts coming out of his cheeks, they are so flimsy right now. If I touch them, they're going to fall. And as we move a little bit further, you're going to see this smoke effect. Now, this smoke effect is really good. I've seen other pieces like the Batman Sanity, which is an amazing Batman piece. I'm going to show a picture right here so you guys can see it. The smoke in this statue is really good. I just wish it was a little bit darker so we could appreciate Mewtwo more and all the other Pokemons more. It would have just made them stand out more. It really just blends in with Mewtwo's purple color, since it's a light color, if you guys know what I mean. Now, Charizard. I know I haven't spoken about Charizard too much, but don't let that discourage you. He is amazing. Okay. Now, the one thing is this part right here, the instructions said I had to glue it on, and so I did. And part of me also regrets it because it takes a little bit from Charizard when you're looking at him. But in all honesty, Charizard looks amazing. His dimensions are great.
he just looks like he was ripped out of the anime and put here. Look at that. Look at his tail right here. Look at that flow. Those flames are incredible. We're gonna see some more of those flames when I get that Rengoku from Demon Slayer at some point this year. As we take more of a closer look to the smoke, I'm not really a fan of the base, nor I am like hating on it, to be honest. It's an okay base. You have to do what you have to do with this, so it's not a problem. What I do have a problem with is this Pidgeotto right here. It's in the back and you can barely see it. I mean, we could have just gotten an extra cloud maybe all the way up here, and we could have put him at the very top of the statue, and we could have made it still barely 1/6. But right here, you can just see Pidgeotto over here, and that's it. But you're not gonna pay attention to it. So I'm just curious to whether this was a part of the design where they just flat out missed it, or they thought they could have done something better. So all in all, this statue is great. I love it. I know it seems like it has more cons than pros, but this statue is great. The exclusive is the way to go, and I'm so happy it's here in my collection. All right, that does it for this unboxing. I know there's a wardrobe change. I just had to change my shirt for the official unboxing gear here. And I really want to thank you all for your support. And as always, stay tuned for more. Zoom out.